All right, Adam Myerson, remind me how many CycleSmart, or actually, it's not CycleSmart International, it's the Verge Northampton International Cyclocross.
Yeah.
So, what's the what's the count now? Where are we at?
27th. This was the 27th.
27th. You started these when you were at UMass.
Yeah, I was a sophomore at UMass. I was 19. It looked a little different in 1991 than it does today, but and when the legend gets told, you know, every time I hear someone else tell it, it's turned into this thing where like it makes it sound like I started the race and I'm the only one who did anything. And the race existed before I took it over. There was a mountain bike race. There'd been cyclocross / mountain bike races up at Orchard Hill for 10 years before I got to UMass, maybe more. Paul Curley has told me that he had raced up in that same spot lots and lots of times. And when I took it over, I was co-promoting with a guy named Mike Horner, who also was a pro bike racer and who I learned so much bike racing from. And he and I ran it together for years with help from the rest of the UMass Bicycle Racing Club. And then Mike finished school and he moved on and moved away, and JD started helping me, and you know, so gradually lots of people have come onto the staff. But it's not like I've never been doing this alone. I've just been the owner of the event and keeping it going for all these years with help from other people.
All right, so in this, as far as the progression goes, how do you feel about this year?
Good. I mean, we're not exactly trying to grow the race at this point unless I could bring on a big cash sponsor to make it a C1, or we're just trying to do better at what we do. You know, C2 is fine. We just try to improve the production level every year and get better at the job, and maybe even try and reduce costs where we can, or make tweaks to the course. So we want to run a good operation. And so every year we do things, you know, we try to change things a little bit different. But then sometimes, some years things go wrong. Like somehow the podium got set up in the wrong spot yesterday, and next to where the podium was, the results sheets were being posted. And then the photos of the podium weren't zoomed in. So the podium shots for the press releases yesterday are these giant wide-angle shots that include a trailer and the frame of the podium and the results sheets. It's the most amateurish thing I've seen, and you don't expect it from an event like ours, but mistakes like that happen sometimes when you've been doing it for so long. Little things slip through the crack. We had some finish line signage that somehow went up backwards, like facing outside of the course rather than inside. So in the finish shots, all you see are the back of the signage, and I didn't see that until I saw the race photos. So even after 27 years, sometimes you can let your guard down and little things slip through. You know, it's such a big operation. I can't do every single job. So little things, sometimes we make little mistakes too, but overall I think it's a well-oiled machine. We got a good operation. Customers are happy. Turnout was close to last year. Numbers are down for everybody, everywhere.
Why are numbers down?
Fewer people are racing bikes. Their licensees are down, participation is down. Last year we were up despite the decrease. This year the decrease finally got us. So we had 1,600 riders last year. We had 1,450 this year. So still fabulous numbers. That's nothing to complain about. But 150 entries is a significant amount of revenue.
What about, I'm just throwing this out, there's kind of a curveball. But what do you think about doing like a NICA or a NESCA for cyclocross? Because I mean, cyclocross has always had generally superior youth development to mountain biking, but then mountain biking has all of a sudden had this surge with the NESCA and the NICA stuff.
Yeah.
Is there a place for a high school, middle school cyclocross
absolutely.
league?
It's not my job. But yes, it should happen, and I've been raising that point with USA Cycling in a formal way, in my formal role as a member of the cyclocross committee. But I can't do everything, and I've identified this as a thing that needs to happen that I don't quite know how to do and can't be the one who does. But I'm going to keep advocating for it, and I've advocated at USA Cycling that some money gets spent on recruitment, not just development, and I had a conversation with Derek Bouchard-Hall Tuesday night while I was driving out here. Spent an hour on the phone with him talking about how maybe some things like that could happen.
You didn't have a conversation while you were out sprinting him today during the.
That's his brother.
That's a different Bouchard.
Yeah, that's his younger brother, Kevin.
Kevin Bouchard.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So segueing into that abruptly, how's your bike race? How were the bike races?
Just surprisingly good. I mean, I got 7th yesterday. I did not expect that. I made a group that was racing for top 10. Everybody last in our group was 10th, and I just couldn't have been happier to be there. I know my form is good. I'm actually riding good. But the week of the race, I just don't expect to have any energy for the races. But, you know, Al won the Masters race, and I don't know, like somehow the stress of the weekend, sometimes it doesn't sink you until Monday. Today, I got a little overconfident. I had a great start, and I was racing for 4th. I was in the group racing for 4th, and the group started to split a little, and instead of letting other people close the gaps and gambling like I usually do, I got overconfident and was like, no, I'm making this group. I'm going to close the gap myself. And I absolutely popped myself. I just closed the gap, and there was another acceleration. I couldn't respond, and I went right out the back of the group. And so I just watched my group ride away, and then ended up in a group racing for 11th. One rider got away, and I won the sprint from the rest of the group for 12th, which is still a great result. But I was keen on being top 10 both days. You know, I don't expect to be top 10 in UCI races anymore at 46. I definitely don't expect to be top 10 in a race that I'm organizing. So I'm pretty pumped about it. Hopefully there's some good results left in me the rest of the year.
All right, you heading to Supercross next weekend?
I am, absolutely. Be there early on Friday to set up and run a clinic on the course at 2 o'clock. So people they're out of work, and they come by the course, want to ride. I'm going to do a course inspection clinic at 2 o'clock on Friday. And the race is a little hilly for me. I'm not expecting much for results, but I'm psyched to go, you know, race and support the Vittoria series, obviously, and make sure things come off.
All right, we'll see you out there.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.